Welcome back to American Sentinel. Today we're covering a monumental decision from President Trump, a move that has the globalist establishment reeling. He has officially begun the process of withdrawing the United States from the UN's Paris Agreement, often just called the UN Climate Treaty. For those who might not be familiar, this is the international accord adopted in 2015, where nearly every nation agreed to set its own targets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, supposedly to combat climate change. But as we'll discuss, it's not that simple. Jill, this is exactly the kind of America First leadership he promised on the campaign trail.
Absolutely, John. This isn't just a political statement, it's a declaration of economic sovereignty. For years, we've seen these international agreements act as a backdoor tax on American families and a ball and chain on our industries, effectively outsourcing our environmental policy to foreign bureaucrats.
Jill, let's break that down for our listeners. When you say economic sovereignty, what does that mean in practical terms for the average American?
It's simple, John. Economic sovereignty means that we, the American people, acting through our elected representatives, get to decide our own economic policies. It means our laws are made in Washington, D.C., not in Brussels or at a UN summit in Paris. These international bodies staffed by unelected bureaucrats want to dictate our energy policy, tell us what cars we can drive, and decide which industries are allowed to succeed. It's a direct challenge to our national independence.
Right.
The treaty was never truly about the climate. It was about wealth redistribution on a global scale. Let's talk about the Green Climate Fund. That's the UN's mechanism to funnel money from developed nations to developing ones. Under the Paris Agreement, the U.S. was expected to be the largest donor, pledging billions of our taxpayer dollars to countries like China and India, who, by the way, are classified as developing nations in this context, giving them a pass on the stringent regulations we face. It's a classic globalist scheme: penalize American success, reward our competitors, and weaken our economy from within. President Trump is simply refusing to let American taxpayers foot the bill for this flawed, ineffective, and deeply unfair project.
That makes sense. And of course, the reaction from the mainstream media has been predictable, to say the least.
Oh, completely hysterical. You hear words like catastrophe and irresponsible, but they never talk to the factory workers in Ohio or the coal miners in Pennsylvania whose jobs were being shipped overseas because of these crippling regulations.
Exactly.
This decision isn't irresponsible, it's the most responsible thing to do. It's about putting American workers, American energy, and American prosperity first. That's not radical, it's common sense.
Common sense indeed, a bold move to unshackle our economy and reassert our national independence. We'll